Today we're doing another ASOS haul. Let's start. Okay, so the first outfit we're going to try out is actually a set. A really sparkling set. So we basically have a pair of sparkling pants and the matching sparkling blazer. So we start out with the pants. They are a thing on its own.
Look at this sparkle.
It is covered in all these magenta sparkling sequences. This is definitely a statement for sure. A nice addition, we actually have real pockets on both sides. Fabric itself is not really stretchy at all, so I hope it's going to fit. They're also not really flared or straight leg. They are quite simple, I think. And now, the blazer. The blazer seems to be huge. It looks like it's out of the old school music video. It's quite bulky and sturdy. What I really like is that it's actually a little bit cinched in the waist. Like already by holding it up, you can see it has a little bit of shape. I hope it's not going to be too itchy when you wear it. Inside is obviously not covered, but I mean, some parts it's quite thin, so I think it's going to be a little bit itchy, but I guess we have to try it out to see. Okay.
Ta-ta-ta-ta.
I feel like a disco ball. The sequins are definitely doing everything they can. Also, look at the shape of this blazer. If I could kind of get rid of the shoulder pads, I would like it even more, but in general, the cinching in at the waist is actually pretty good. Then the only downside, as I said before, there are just some parts that are itchy. They didn't put the soft fabric right underneath, so there are definitely parts where the sequins are directly touching your skin, and that's just so itchy. But in general, I mean, it looks like the picture. It's a really interesting outfit. I think I want to give it still like an 8 out of 10. Other than the parts that are a little bit itchy, nothing is really wrong with it. Like, it looks good quality. The sequins also look like they're not going to fall off quite easily. But yeah, let me know what you think. Now the next item is actually a dress. That just looked so beautiful on the model because it had just a really nice shape to it. A lot of this puffiness. Looks quite sturdy and big. I also have to admit it's quite expensive though. It was over 100 euros.
Look at that.
Oh my gosh. And there's just so much fabric and tulle that I can already feel it's really heavy. There's inbuilt tulle in the sleeves so that we have the puffy sleeves. We do actually kind of have some inbuilt boning, so it's really structured. The bottom is just also a big layer of tulle. Like there's so many layers. There's one normal one, we have a tulle layer, another normal fabric one, another tulle layer, and then one of these last soft layers so that it's not too itchy. This is going to have a lot of shape. If the fit here is good, this could look so adorable. I love this huge polka dot. Fabric itself is not flexible at all, so either it's going to fit or not. Yeah, can't wait. Okay, this one I actually adore, but also on the other hand, I'm not sure if it's really worth like 120 euros. It's quite expensive, even though there is quite a lot to this dress. Like there's a lot of this poofiness all around, and I think the fit in general is pretty perfect. But also, would I want to spend 120 euros on this dress? Yeah, I'm really unsure if I should actually keep this. It does give me a little bit of Alice in Wonderland vibes, to be honest. I do really like the white with the black big polka dots, and the fit all around is actually pretty great. Also, what I didn't notice, the sleeves have actually zippers, so you can open them up. Maybe you can also flip this over. That would be cool, so that you have like shorter sleeves. A little bit unsure. I think longer looks better. How much should we rate it? For me, it's actually just the price point where I probably wouldn't want to keep it, so I think I want to give it a 9. But the price is definitely a minus point. I wasn't really sure where or how often I'm actually going to wear it. It's really hard. Now, the next outfit is again another two-piece set. This time, a really nice tweed fabric. So it's a little bit sad that everything you have to buy on ASOS, you have to buy separately, so it's going to get quite expensive because each item at least costs like 30-40 euros. But let's see if it's actually worth it. So we start off with the skirt. Already, it is adorable. It is really pretty. Look at that. Fabric is just so pretty. And then we also have this chain that you can actually detach if you want to. This is pretty cool. It's tweed fabric, so it's not going to be stretchy at all. So hopefully, again, this is going to fit. Now let's go to the top. Same fabric, same look.
Ooh, yes.
It's also not really long, it's cropped because the skirt itself is also a little bit high-waisted. Then we also have these cute little buttons in the front that you can actually open up. We again have some inbuilt shoulder pads. ASOS seem to really like them. And in general, a really good tweed fabric because it's not like too thick, but it's also not too thin, so it's a really good mixture. I'm a little bit scared because they really don't have any flexibility, so let's see if it's actually going to fit. Okay, look at this fit. Like, I got really lucky. It wouldn't be allowed to be any tighter because it's pretty perfect. Top also really great. Nothing is itching. It's also not too thick, as I said before. It's a really nice combo. Still a little bit sad that you have to buy everything individually. So maybe also a lot of times the size isn't really available anymore, which is a little bit sad. But at this time, I got everything in the right size, so I'm pretty good. The skirt should also not be any more shorter. I think it's right on the edge. In general, it's a pretty cute set, so I think I actually want to give it a 10 out of 10 because it is quite pretty. The design is definitely interesting. Also, the fabric itself, it's really cute. Now the next item isn't really a whole outfit, it's basically just a top, but I really liked it, so I wanted to try it out. It's not a crop top, it's actually a body. Bodies in general are really great, and this one seemed to have really good quality. And here it is. So I already have to admit the fabric feels so nice. Like, it's such a nice thin but still really thick fabric. It's hard to explain. It's also super flexible. Like this is good fabric. It feels like Skims fabric, to be honest. The only thing that I don't really like already is actually the edges. They aren't really done in a good way. Like, they're always flipping over a little bit. I don't know if it's really supposed to look like that. See that? Like, there's no nice finishing, so it always flips over. It does that here as well as on the ends of the sleeves, but the rest of the body then doesn't have that. Here is a nice edge, actually. This is nice. I wish they had it on top as well. So I'm a little bit unsure about it, but it seems to be pretty comfortable though. Okay, so if it was just about the fabric, I would definitely give it a 10 out of 10 because it feels so soft, it's pretty flexible, and just so comfortable to wear. Since it's also about the design, I don't really like it. First of all, the edges, they really do bother me. They should have done a nice edge, a nice finishing line. Well, that's quite high neck. I didn't thought it was going to be that up high, but it definitely bothers me a little bit just because I'm not really that used to it. And because it's a thong, it's, you know, it's always bothering in that area. So it's a pretty thin thong. So especially since it's a body, like, it's not really comfortable at all. Why would you even do that? So I think in total, I want to give this one a 6 out of 10. Like, I love the color, love the fabric, but the design in general and how they made it is not really my cup of tea, which is pretty sad. I really had high hopes for this body. It was really looking cute. And the last item, since we're in the middle of summer, I also wanted to try out another cute summer dress. This one has a cute flower pattern on it. And also not really the type of pattern I would usually go for, but I still wanted to give it a try. Here it is. The cut of the dress in general is actually pretty cute. Like, we have a lot of flexibility, stretchy parts, things that you can like cinch in, you know, some ruching ongoing, and yeah. Flexibility here. First glance, pretty cute. I also really like the lacy edges that they attached here. Hopefully I'm going to fit the vibe and that it's also not like, I don't know, too less of a contrast with my skin. That could also look a little bit weird. Okay, so the cut of this dress is actually pretty adorable. I love everything about it. It's pretty girly and has a nice cut. But it's probably just my personal taste that I don't really like the pattern that it has in combination with the fabric that is used. I mean, if this was just a little bit more of an intense color, like blue in combination, you know, with some, I don't know, some green, yellow, white flowers on it. This kind of blushy pink, I'm really unsure. Okay, how much should we rate it? I think I want to give it an 8 out of 10. It's just my personal taste of this fabric and the color that is just not really matching. Also now, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and then there's another ASOS haul you might want to take a look at.